Hi everybody, this is a video of the Crompton 5-foot fluorescent strip light. As you can see, this is the 5-foot fluorescent strip light I saved from this place where I go volunteering. And it was in one of those toilets in the staff area where I usually allowed to go volunteering. And it's one of the electrician was going to take it, and I asked him to save it for me, which he has done, which I did appreciate. And that was about a couple of months ago. And as you can see, this is a 5-foot fluorescent strip light, and it's named by Crompton. And to tell you a little story about this beautiful strip light, my mum and dad used to have, well, when I lived at home with my mum and dad years ago, we had a strip light in this type of make, and it was quite identical to this one. It were a 4-foot one, but this one is a 5-foot one. And this strip light gives me back my childhood memories, it does. And I asked him to save that strip light fitting for me. I didn't want that thrown away because he was about to take it, but I asked him to give it to me, and which he did do, which I did appreciate, because it's a shame to throw it away, because this strip light is a very well made strip light, and this strip light fitting is very well built to last. Well, anyway, as I got my screwdriver out, I'm going to take a look inside the strip light fitting, guys. So I know it's a bit rusty screws on it, but do forgive me, guys. Right, it's just coming off a bit now. Oh, oopsie daisy. Right, it's coming off now. Right, that's coming out now. Right, I'll get to the other end. I'll try and undo this one. Right, now. Oh, just slipped out my hand. That's it, got it now. So anyway, guys, as I've done that now, I've loosened it. I'm going to take the strip plate off. So, let's just move that clip up a little bit so I can just... That's it, I've got that end. Right, let's just get to the other end, and we'll take that end. Get to the other end. Oh, it's coming off now. Oh, it's a bit difficult to undo. That's it now, I've got it now. Right, as you can see, inside this 5-foot strip light fitting, there's that capacitor with blue neutral wires at the end, and the brown one that goes into that end, so as you can see. And let's turn to the opposite side and take a look at that name of the... I'll have to watch this tube, but I have to put the tube next to it. But so, as you can see on it, it's... Sorry about that. So as you can see on it, it says Crompton Compact. Well, yeah, Crompton Compact. It's got 33001A219, and that's the etch on it. I've washed it up in Star Drops, but not with wires in it. But I took it to pieces when I brought it to my flat. I took it to pieces, washed it with Star Drops. So as you can see, sorry, I have to put my trainer on it. So anyway, guys, so as you can see that etch, it says Crompton Compact, and I've already read the numbers on it, 33001A219, and I'm glad that didn't come off when I washed that housing part in Star Drops. And that's the T12 fluorescent tube. I thought I'd do a YouTube video of this with a T12 fluorescent tube to start with. And as you can see on it, I know I've done this before, it says Osram L65W/23. It's got 23 Kelvin, 65 watts, white, recyclable, made in Hungary, P348CE. It's got the triangle on it. So as you can see on it, and let's take a look at that choke on it. Well, the ballast on it. So let's turn the opposite side so I can see. So let's just watch myself. So as you can see on it, I know it's faded on it a little bit, but so as you can see on it, it's it says on it L65S 240 volts Helvar. I think looks like it's had a ballast replaced on it. It's a very slim ballast on it. Yeah, I love that slim ballast, and it fits very well. And it's fitted with the earth wire at the end of it, and there's live and neutral that goes into that wire block. And this guy did this for me yesterday, and I'm very pleased with him. So, and it's got that grommet on it and the red band on it to hold that cable in place and stop it coming undone. So as you can see, what you can see on it, it says L65S 240 volts Helvar 240 volts, 50 hertz, 65 0.678 P. I'm not sure if it's PF or PL or PI. Well, never mind. 0.50 TW 130/T55. I think that's what it says on it, and it says made in Finland, and that's what that ballast is made for. And it says 9143. I assume it looks like a number 3 and not a number 8. So, well, anyway, guys. So enough of that now. So let's take a. If I go around on my knees, sorry, on my knees. So as you can see now, that I've took the strip plate off, so you can see the inside of this bulky made Crompton fluorescent strip light. So as you can see, that starter button holder, it's on the opposite side. But when I did the Fitzgerald strip light, that was on that side, but this one's on the opposite side. And let's take a look at this starter button. Now, this starter button is it's a Wilko one. It doesn't say Wilko. I think it's made by, what's it made? It's British BG General FSU CE, and it's got 13.25-65 watts, 240 volts to 220 volts to 240 volts, BSN 60155, 4.8 watts, 15 watts, 18 watts, 18-20 watts, 80 watts, 220 to 240 volts. And that's what it says on it. So, and that's the starter button for it. And it works pretty well. I've tried it yesterday after when I wired it up, and it works perfectly. Not one single fault occurred. So, and I assume there's no warage on it. Hold on, there we go. Slotted it back on now. So, anyway, guys. So as you can see now, it's sort of back in now. So I'm gonna stick that strip plate back on now, guys. So, okay, it's gonna be a little bit of a fiddle getting this thing cover back on, guys. So, oh, that's it, got that end. So, oh, I have to just push that end. So, there we go. Oh, hold on, let me just get that screwdriver. Let me just pick that screwdriver up, guys. So as you can see, that's it. Oh, I clipped it on now. So, that's it. I think it's clipped on now. So let's get to the other end. So make sure that's it clipped on as well. Is that clipped back on? Yeah, hold on. Oh, that's it. Got it now. So let me just get the screwdriver. So it doesn't get too tight though, so don't worry about that, guys. So it's very rusty screws. I could re-clean those screws up in Star Drops as well. I cleaned this good strip light up. As I got it down from the toilet, it was covered in muck and dirt. And look at the T12 holders on it. And this one as well. And that, they were all covered in dirt. But I cleaned it off with Star Drops. And that's all I've done now, guys. So, right, it's clicking on now. It doesn't tighten on. It'll just keep popping if I... Oh, that's it. Right, that's it now. That's fully fitted on now. So, anyway, guys, the one last thing we need to take in now is the fluorescent tube. Let's go to that end. Oh, that's it. Got the pins on it, and there it goes. Oh, doesn't seem to want to go in. Oh, that's it. I've got that end now, so let me just get to this end. Oh. Right, just got that end now, so right, I've got that end now, so right here the clip now. Right, that's it now. It's getting slotted in now. That's it. It's fitted on now. It's fastened on now. Let's go to the other end just to make sure. And just make sure that that one's fitted on. Is that one fitted on now? Yes, that's fitted on nice and perfectly now. It's fitted on like so. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get to the main socket. Just make sure it's turned off at the mini switch. Is it turned off? Yes, it is. It's off now. So I won't turn that on just yet. So I'm going to turn that on at the main socket. Right, that's it now. I'll go to the other end. Right. So let's get that switch out ready. Okay, guys. Right, switch is there now. Right. Let's straighten it a little bit. So, make sure it's in tightly. That's it. Right, I've got it now. So, right, that's it now. The strip light's fully ready to fire up in 1 second as I turn off the big lights now. So, right, that's it now, guys. The big lights have gone out now. So, on to the Crompton 5-foot fluorescent strip light, everybody. Ready, everybody? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that made a right good blink. Yeah, it's blinked happy. So as you can see, it sounds quite the same as that Fitzgerald 5-foot fluorescent strip light. Yeah, so as you can see on it, it has made a right good blink, and it looks like it was going to kick in as I turned it on and what have you, guys. So as you can see now, it's fully warming up now. It will warm up eventually. It does make a bit of a thudding noise when it starts up, and it's got a magnetic startup. I very much preferred the magnetic startup, so sorry about that, guys, I'm burping. Anyway, so as you can see now, it's fully lit, nice and bright, and I assume it's equivalent to 250 watts, and it will fully warm up at 65 watts. It is kind of like low energy. Now, to tell you, like I said, I tell you a little story about this beautiful strip light that I saved from the Botanical Gardens about 2 months ago. Just to tell you a story, as I sit down on my bum, and what have you, guys. So anyway, guys, so just to tell you a little story about this beautiful strip light. This is one of my earliest memories of one of those fluorescent strip lights. When I lived at home with mum and dad years ago, which I don't anymore, we had a strip light like that. It was quite identical to that one, but it wasn't named by Crompton, it was named by Philips. I know Philips used to make strip light fittings like that, like what Crompton did, but every time I see one, I'm glad nowadays you still see strip lights numbered, well, style like this, but they're not made like this anymore. But I'm glad a lot of them are still knocking around today. But as I said, the fluorescent tube failed in the toilet that I used to go into when I go volunteering at this place. It was the tube was broken, but when this guy replaced it for an LED strip light. So, well, he didn't take it. Well, he didn't quite take it. He took it down, and I said to him, I asked him to save it for me, and he said yes, which I did really appreciate. Let's take a look at this front of this beautiful strip light. So as you can see on it, and just to hold it a little closer, I like that it's got that little lines that look like shut eyes, and this little circle on it is to put an extension on it. And I like that when you look at that T12 holder, it looks like shaped like a lollipop. And these were like made in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, and it's pity they don't make strip light fittings as bulky as this anymore. I think it was in just after the very early 80s they stopped making them like this and moved them onto them batten slim ones, and they made them ones with twist and locking holders, which they don't have a character in. But ones like this that's got those cap-on holders, these are definitely, one like this, it's definitely got a character in it. When I went to this youth club years ago, it had a couple of strip lights like this, and they were all 5-foot ones, and it had a magnetic startup. Now, to tell you this, if ever I see a 6-foot strip light in this make, they all have semi-resonant startups and not magnetic startups. If I see, it doesn't have, the ones at 6 foot don't tend to have a starter sticking out at all, or anywhere in a 6-foot one. That shows they've got semi-resonant startups, but this one is a 5-foot one, and a 5-foot one in this make are all got magnetic startups. So, so as you can see, and it's lit nice and bright and everything. So as you can see on it, and if I could read again, and once again, everybody. So as you can see on it, it says Osram 65 watt 23. Yeah, it says Osram L 65 watt /23. That's 23 Kelvin. White, recyclable, made in Hungary. P348 with CE on it, and that's and I got this this fluorescent tube years ago. This fluorescent tube came with the Fitzgerald 5-foot fitting, which I bought 3 years ago, and this fluorescent tube, well, it didn't come exactly the same time as the 5-foot fitting. It came separately, And this, I always, when I do a first video of one of those old fittings, those strip light fittings, this one is like batten bulky, and I don't see a date on it. I'm sure it does have a date somewhere. I can't. There's no date on this strip light. I'm sure it had a date on it. It must have been made in somewhere between early, mid, or late 1970s, or maybe the 60s, but it has got like that 1970s appearance. This beautiful. But like I said, when I took it to bits, I washed it up in Star Drops, and it looks nice and clean. It looks like it's a brand new fitting again, and especially it looks like it's had a new ballast put in, which has extended its life. It looks like there's no warage whatsoever. So, sorry, I'm about to knock my shoes. So as you can see on it, let's go to this other end so you can see on it. So as you can see on it, it has kind of twisted to one side, but that's because it's got a black cable on it on the side of it, which I usually put it on that side, and it's got that little extension on it, and that's usually used so I can get to put it near to me when I turn off this big light that's over there, and it's lit my living room nice and bright and everything, guys. Yeah. And I'm so happy that strip light is saved. But like I said, when we had one of those strip lights identical to this one in exactly identically the same make as this one, it started failing because the clip inside it were crumbling. This guy tried to fix it, but he couldn't fix it because the clip on it was too far crumbled. And I was sad to see it get thrown away because it had a character in it. But when you place it for that new one, the new one that was placed for ones like this one, it had twist and locking, and it didn't have a character in it. But when the guy gave it to me, I took it to my flat, and I took it to pieces and took the ballast out of it and put it into that 4-foot Fitzgerald one. Went to the Fitzgerald 4-foot one, which and it's fitted with a T12 cap on holders like what this one has, and the 5-foot strip light has and all. Yeah, and it's a beautiful, beautiful strip light. I like it's like it's got closed eyes on it. It does reminds me like a sad face a little bit. Yeah, and it's very, very well made strip light. Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on, guys, and you'll see in 1 second or two, everybody. So, right, guys, I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on. Right, I've turned it off now, and it's a right blue light, and it's not quite a blackout because I've got those blue LED lights on over there. They're nice twinkling stars on it, and that's what they have. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to turn this strip light back on now. Here we go. Wow, that did blink happy, didn't it? So, anyway, guys, so as you can see on it, as I washed that strip plate, it took... I couldn't keep that little sticker etch on it. It was named by Crompton. And it's a pity, yeah. Crompton, if I see any strip lights made like this, like the one I've got now, they're always, a lot of them are made by Crompton. But the one I had in my mum and dad's house years ago, it were a 4-foot one in a kitchen. That were named Phillips, but exactly in the same make as this one. Yeah, do you know, I absolutely, totally adore this strip light. I really do, guys. This strip light, I absolutely adore it. And it's a really, really beautiful strip light. To be honest, I know it's an old strip light, but it's a shame to throw it away because it's part of history. Because I didn't ever want that thrown away because it ruins the history and everything, guys. So as you can see on it now, so... Well, anyway, guys, so as you can see now, it's lit my living room nice and bright at 65 watts, well, 250 watts bright, but warmed up at 65 watts warm and everything, guys. So once again, it's fully warmed up and lit nice and bright at 65 watts warm and 250 watts bright and everything, guys. So anyway, guys, I'm going to turn off this strip light now. So, right, that's it now. The strip light's gone out. So onto the big lights now. Right, that's it now, guys. The big lights are back on now, everybody. So, anyway, guys, this is a video of the Crompton 5-foot fluorescent strip light and everything, everybody. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. So, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, everybody.